through here. Okay, make sure this is the on-off button. Okay, you can actually hear that. Great. Let's see. This is our roll of labels we're going to be using. This is brand new. And I'll be including this in the shipment I send over to you. A roll connects to this. Okay, and then these go into the sides of the core, as you can see. Now once that's in there, we're going to be looping this through like such, and it will spin. This will go on top like this, in this direction. The label will go from the top here and feed through here and go through these plastic pieces that you can adjust to make sure that it doesn't move. Okay? Prior to starting, we're going to remove this by pushing up on these two plastic pieces. It has some spring tension, so you take this off and you open the top piece right here. Then you will slowly slide the labels through as such and remove the first 10 or so. The reason why we do this is because these labels are not going to be used. We need some slack right here. So you can actually stick these labels directly onto the bags. Once we have slack here, we're going to be adjusting this right here to have more space in between here and here. You can actually push through the slack right here until it comes out the other side. Right here. The lid will close, and then you attach this piece to the slack, and you will roll it, or you can tape it. I actually recommend taping it. And there's a side little notch right here that you can slide this into. So what you can do is you can use one of the old labels, tape it. Okay. Once that's done, we can start labeling. So I'm going to turn the machine back on. And we're going to stick this piece back on so that it spins. Right now it's not spinning because it's not locked in here, but once you stick it on, it'll start spinning. Okay, moving on to the bags. The top of the label will go directly onto the top of the bag. So if the bag goes in this way, the label will go on in this direction. So you want to put the bags in this way for the label to go on top like this. In the back of the machine, there's further adjustments that you can do to make it so that the bags don't move. Right here. These arms slide. And you can, it takes a little bit of getting some calibrations, but you can move it so it's approximately towards the middle of the bag, and then you can tighten it right here. And you can just basically sandwich it right here in between these two. Once that's done, you have an approximate feeding area right here. This is going to start spinning. As you can see, this is spinning right here. This nozzle, this speed lever right here, if I put it to 10, it'll go faster. And I can go slower or faster. I recommend you go slow.
What do you want to show?
Okay, so when we start labeling, what we want to do is we want to unhook this threading right here so that you can pull back on the spindle. Okay, and you can pull back on this as such. And what you want to do is, this thing has to, when you press the label button, it will pull down the label so that you can, so that it goes to the very bottom. So the way you do that is you need some space right here, and then you make this into the run position. Once it's in the run position, you press the label button right here. And as you can see, it pulled down and removed the empty space that was here so that the label is primed to go onto the bag. Right here. Okay? Well, we did a lot of tweaking so that the position of the label will go towards the middle. Right now, as you can see, it's a little bit too much to the left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this slightly towards me. Okay? And then I'm going to feed a bag by activating the feed, which is right here in the middle. So when I press this button, right here, this will start rolling, and we're going to make it so that it's not too fast. We're going to go slow, like 1. Okay. Now, this was the original position of the label, a little too far to the left. I moved the head unit closer to me, so the label should be going to the right a little bit more.
No, it's the opposite.
Actually, that was the opposite. So now I'm going to push it in the opposite direction. Okay, this is good. So I pushed it towards me, and the label went a little bit more to the left. So this is actually good because it takes a little bit of testing. So I pushed it away from me now, so it should go to the right. Actually, I don't think we should edit that out. I think we should put that in. Okay, there we go. Great. So now, as you can see, it's right smack in the middle. Okay, I made a mistake and I pushed it towards me, so it went a little bit too far to the left. I pushed it away from me and it went towards the middle. So this is too far to the left, way too far to the left, and now this is right and smack in the middle, which is good. Okay? So let's do 3 in a row. Okay, as you can see, they're all smack right in the middle, and it's perfect. Okay, now I'm not 100% sure who's going to be making your labels. But if you can have a little bit more spacing between the labels, I think that might be better so that it doesn't jam. Now, if you have a jam, what you can do is you can turn off the machine, okay, as such, and then you can loosen the thread like such, and then you can actually lift this up. You can actually remove the spinning piece right here and then open, and you can actually pull apart, or you can lift the head unit and pull apart. So let's just say we had a jam right now. We put this back together, we loosen the thread, and we'll pull this up because we want to reset. Resetting is the safest way to go. And then you just take off the label right here, okay? And then I'll just manually stick it on the bag right here so that we don't waste the label. Okay, right in the middle, okay? And then I can pull the thread a little bit more. Oh, got a little loose there. Okay, and then I can pull it from the back a little bit, you see? Just kind of threading through the extra label space. Okay, and I'm going to turn the machine back on. And right now, there's a space between the label and the bottom of the labeler. So we're going to press the label button again, reset, and then point it right here. I'm going to press the label button, and it's going to pull it down. Okay, as you see, it pulled down the label, and now it's ready to be labeled. Then I'm going to press the feed button again. Okay, and I'm going to adjust the speed. After the reset, we are going to press the feed button, and we're going to adjust the speed again. And then we're going to have the label in the middle. Okay, now you can do this until what might happen is you might go through like 800 labels, or depending on the size of your label, maybe less. But the spindle is going to become full. So you need to look at the spindle and make sure that it doesn't become too full. It could become like an inch and a half thick. So this is what you have to be looking for. And then you need to cut it and then reattach it sometimes. And I think that's about it. Oh yeah, that's right. Right, the label position. Right now the label position, so adjusting the head will move it from this direction, side to side. If you want to go up and down, there's actually a button on the machine right here that says label position. Okay? When I press this 3 times, it moves 0.1 inch each time. So right now, before it was 0.6 inches, and now it's at 0.9. Okay? So that means the label is going to go 0.3 inches up. So you'll see in a second. As you can see, the position of the label went up on the left-hand side. And so you can actually adjust the positioning of your label vertically on the machine, horizontally with the head unit. If you get a orange light on the product indicator, that means there's a laser underneath the head unit that is detecting the space between the labels. So when the label applies, it will stop right before the next label starts. So when that happens, that will keep going until there's some kind of obstruction on the laser IR sensor. So what you need to do is sometimes you need to see if there's anything obstructing the laser, or you need a spray that can shoot gusts of what?
Compressed air.
Yeah, compressed air, and then it will clean off the IR sensor.